Good morning. I want to talk about leadership. Now, I'm gonna give an example, or it's really not an example, it's truth. I'm just always using myself as saying that I'm, being the example. Okay, so I've seen so much bad leadership and power struggles. Like I be really seeing people trying to argue over who has the most power. Like this is getting out of hand. Like power, to me, I think if you have a position that gives you power, to me, power is supposed to change situations. Like you're supposed to have power. If you have power, it should be to be able to change somebody else's situation. Of course, it changed your situation because you have the power. So I feel like as you having power, you should use that power for something good. So for example, if you're able to have connections to this and that, as far as just say, I'm gonna use housing for example. If you are able to house someone, or programs or things of that sort, that's just the first thing that I thought of. Or like we can talk about food pantries, we can talk about anything that is bringing people together is what I would call using your power for a good thing. You get what I'm saying? So like I've seen, like for me, I feel like you cannot properly lead if you have never served. And people don't want to serve. They just want to go to the top without even being at the bottom. But if you understand leadership and power, is levels to that. You don't just go to the top. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody want to be the boss, but nobody wants to serve. Nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to do anything but be the boss and tell people what to do. All right. So for example, I'm going to use this as church. I've been in church all my life. So in church, I've actually been an usher. I've been a part of the dance ministry. I've been in the choir. I've been on the intercession. I've dealt with the youth of all ages, from children up to the college level or preparing to go to college. So I know that I've cleaned the church, like people don't want to pick up a broom and a dustpan or whatever it is, pick up the trash, wipe up the water. I've done all of this. You get what I'm saying? So it's levels to being a very efficient leader. And I feel like some people are put into leadership prematurely. Like I feel like you have to actually go through some stuff. I feel like you actually have to serve before you can actually lead properly, because you've been to lead somebody the wrong way, or been to lead someone and mess up their whole life if you're not leading them right and with the right information. Or like for me, I would say I've seen people with power struggles, who got the most power, and it shouldn't even be about that. If you have power, your power should be able to help others or bring others together. For example, if you have anything in place, let's just say if you're trying to raise food for other people to eat, you're using your power to do something positive. Or if you're trying to do community work and you're doing fundraisers, whatever of that sort, you're doing things for families as far as back to school, you're using your power to help others. You're using it for a good purpose. So I feel like if your power is not being used to help others, and you're just using your power to get what you want, or to threaten people, or to just feel like you can tell people what to do, you're in the wrong field, baby. You can't tell grown people what to do. You get what I'm saying? Grown people can do grown things. You get? So if you're using your power for that, you're using it wrong. That's not what power means, So, like, I just don't understand. That's when I say you give people too much power too soon, you've created a monster. Okay, so that's just what I wanted to talk about today. Like, I really don't believe that you can properly lead if you have never served, if you have never. And then I feel like as far as power, it shouldn't be a power struggle. It should be not people trying to see who got the most power to do dirty stuff or underhanded stuff. It should be a power movement as far as bringing others together, helping others. That's what I consider good power. Y'all have a great day. And you can comment below and let me know how you feel about that too. And y'all have a great day.